After the news broke this morning that the Los Angeles Chargers parted ways with offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi, I can't say we were shocked because there had to be a scapegoat, especially for Brandon Staley and the Chargers, who completely blew it. Blew a 27-0 lead against the Jacksonville Jaguars in the wild card round. And I got to say, the Jaguars completely shocked the entire NFL, and I'll get into a video about that later. But firing Joe Lombardi, like anytime you have to have a scapegoat, we all know what's next. And again, I need to preface this by saying that, like, Brandon Staley is a respectable coach. We'll show his coaching record here in a second, but I really want to show you what this offensive and defense have done under him. So yes, he was the Rams DC back in the day a couple years ago, and then he took over as the Chargers, obviously head coach, And then yes, they were 29th in points, 23rd in yards, and yeah, it wasn't great. But then you saw them really take a step forward in that second year under a guy like Staley, who honestly, again, it's not the end of it wasn't a huge jump, but it was a jump. You go from 29th to 21st in points. You go from 23rd to 20th in yards. And quite honestly, the Achilles heel seemed to be the running game, or the lack of being able to stop the running game if you are the Chargers. But I still got to be real here, because I felt like, I know that firing your offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi, usually is just, a way to kind of sweep things under the bus, give you another year. And again, I'm not going to be dishonest about this. I'm going to make sure I tell both sides of this. It's not like the Chargers are not winning. I mean, they're 19-15 under Brandon Staley, and I think he's done a respectable job. But at the end of the day, any time that you have to fire one of your OCs, it's not usually a good look. And I understand that, things don't go according to plan in the NFL. Justin Herbert was injured earlier in the year. You've had so many injuries with this team, it's not even funny. I would argue that they're one of the more injury-plagued teams in the entire NFL, if not the most injury-plagued team. But it's like, you can't just fire your OC and expect, the next year everything to be okay. Now, I know that you could probably bring in a guy that knows his stuff, and there's the endless amount of candidates that will be able to bring to you guys, and let us know what you guys think about that later on when that video comes out. But the fact that you let go of your OC and now Brandon Staley, if this doesn't go according to plan, calling a spade, he needs to go. Like this, I know, again, you've seen the improvement. You've seen the fact that they're able to win. But at the end of the day, if you don't get it done in the playoffs, nothing matters. Like, it just, again, you can have the best offense in the NFL. You can show improvement and all that. But you firing your OC today, it really just shows me that Brandon Staley really needs to go. Because, on one side of the football, offensively, there's a little bit of doubt. There's a little bit of, and you can even read it from top to bottom, coaches to players, that this offense is not doing what it should, especially with Justin Herbert as your signal caller, like as your quarterback. I really think this team deserves better, and I think that they could potentially move on from Brandon Staley a lot sooner than a lot of people think, especially if things don't go according to plan to start out the season. And yes, we got the full draft in the offseason and all that stuff, but I think that Brandon Staley still needs to go if you are the Chargers, because you can't just have, any team, take my Vikings, for example, or my Raiders, any team that has like one side of the football that's doing good or at least improving, and the other one isn't, usually never good for your team. But let us know what you guys think about the Chargers parting ways with offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi, and let us know what you guys think about Brandon Staley still needing to go for the Chargers in order to win. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. If you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com, or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the recent news for the Los Angeles Chargers.